Welcome to Global Rasoi by Nita, where I share recipes from all around the world. Today, we're making something different from Indian cuisine, homemade pizza. Homemade pizza is so light that you can eat many slices and still not feel heavy. Since I started making pizza with this recipe, my family doesn't want pizza from restaurants anymore. To make this pizza dough, we need 600 grams all-purpose flour. Any all-purpose flour from the store will work. 15 grams salt, 1 gram dry yeast, and 400 milliliters water. Add salt to the water in a bowl and mix it. I am mixing it with my hand, but you can also use a machine. This recipe is very easy, if you follow the steps. Watch the video till end. Once the salt is dissolved, slowly add about 10% of the flour to the salt water and keep stirring to avoid lumps. Tomorrow our grandkids are coming, so I decided to make pizza for them. They love my homemade pizza and are very excited. It is better to make the pizza dough one day ahead so that it ferments well and makes a very light pizza. At this point, I have added approximately 10% of the flour to the water. Now it's time to add the dry yeast. Now add the dry yeast and keep mixing until it dissolves well in the slurry. Now slowly add the flour to the mixture and keep mixing with one hand. Slowly add the remaining flour to the mixture and continue mixing with one hand until it comes together. Kneading the dough by hand is best, because your hand's warmth helps it ferment. This makes the pizza very light, just like the ones you get in a restaurant. The dough is coming together and still a little sticky. Don't worry, as you knead it, the stickiness will go away as the gluten develops. You can dust it with a little flour if needed. Now I'll transfer the dough onto the wooden board. You can also knead it directly on the countertop if you prefer. Knead the dough for about 10 minutes until it becomes smooth and elastic. To check if the dough is ready, press it lightly, it should bounce back. This looks perfect. Now I'll grease the bowl and transfer the dough into it. Cover it with a damp cloth and let it rest for 2 hours on the countertop. The dough has risen nicely after 2 hours. I'm transferring it to the wooden board to cut it into equal balls. First, I'm dusting the board lightly with some flour. Place the dough on the board and divide it into 3 equal pieces. I'm trying to make each ball around 200 grams. If you like my recipes, please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my upcoming recipes. Pick up a dough ball gently and fold the edges underneath so the top becomes smooth.
See how gently I am handling the pizza dough and carefully tucking the edges underneath. Now see, it has formed a nice round shaped ball, which is nice and smooth at the top.
Place the dough ball gently into a greased container. All the 3 dough balls are ready. Now I will cover it and let it rest overnight on the countertop. Since it's cold here in Germany, the dough will take overnight to ferment, but if you live in a warmer country, it's best to refrigerate the dough while it rises. Cold fermentation helps the dough develop flavor and makes the pizza light and airy. The dough has fermented nicely overnight. I'm going to store it in the refrigerator until this evening. In the evening, I took the container out of the refrigerator. I gently reshaped the dough into balls before making the pizza. I'm placing the pizza on a greased pan, sprinkling a little fine semolina. The semolina helps prevent sticking and adds a crisp base, just like in a restaurant pizza. You can use flour instead of semolina if you prefer. Push the dough gently from the center towards the edges, keeping about a 1 centimeter border all around. You can use a rolling pin to roll the pizza dough, but shaping it this way makes the pizza look more professional, just like in a restaurant. Now gently stretch the inner part of the pizza to make it thinner, but be careful. If it becomes too thin, the dough can tear and make a hole. I'm flipping the dough and shaping it the same way as before. I keep sprinkling some semolina while shaping the pizza so the crust becomes nice and crunchy. In restaurants, expert pizza makers toss the dough in the air to get a perfect round shape. We don't need to toss it. Gently stretching it by hand works perfectly for homemade pizza. Sometimes, you'll see the cute little helping hands of my grandkids joining in.
I have tried many pizza recipes at home, but this one never fails. My pizza always turns out perfect.
It's always fun when my grandkids help. They love being part of the pizza making process.
Look, the pizza is beginning to take its perfect shape. Obviously, it takes longer time with the kids to do any activity, but it's still a lot of fun.
As you can see, the pizza is nicely shaped and has covered the pan well. Now my grandkids will take over and do the rest. I hope you enjoy my recipes. For more dishes from around the world, don't forget to subscribe. If you have any questions or want me to make a recipe, let me know in the comments. Now the little one is adding few Italian herbs, like oregano and dry garlic powder.
We like to use mozzarella cheese and Gouda cheese, but you can use any cheese that you like. And also the topping for the pizza, you can choose any topping.
Now brush the pizza edges with olive oil or any other oil. Now place the pizza in the preheated oven at 270 degrees Celsius and bake it for about 15 minutes.
Wow, isn't it looking beautiful? See how my pizza has risen in the oven and it smells awesome.
Whoa, the pizza looks awesome. Crust is so light and the crunch is perfect.
Try making this pizza at home and don't forget to share your results in the comment box. You can see how light the crust is. Thank you so much for watching my recipes and supporting me. You encourage me to keep sharing more. Thanks a lot.